Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Spyro Free, Year of the Dragon, Part 20. We're at the Jack and the Beanstalk Challenge, where we find out that Jack is just as big of a fool as we are for buying stuff from money bags. But then again, I guess we're big fools too, because we also buy stuff from money bags all the time. If we don't want money bags to stop pestering us for money all the time, we should just stop buying stuff from him. Then again, if we stop buying stuff from him, we wouldn't be able to get very far into this game. In fact, we'd probably be stuck at the first level. Then we wouldn't be able to experience most of this game has to offer. I guess Jack was in that very similar predicament. He's probably playing this game too, and he probably wanted to experience more than just the first screen of the game. Remember that Kid Chameleon for the Sega Genesis? They actually measured how long the game was using screens. Last time I checked, screens was not a unit of measurement. Screens is just, it's not even really definitive things. Your screen is dynamic, it changes all the time. It doesn't really show a static picture. This is like that other game on the Sega Genesis, that golfing game, where you play a picture, you just move around a bit and the picture simply changes. You're playing a picture that changes, essentially. That's how Stan Birdman worded it. I remember Stan Birdman watching all his funny reviews on bad games. He reviewed good games sometimes too, but those weren't as funny. His bad game reviews were the best. You probably wouldn't want to review a game like Spyro Free because it's a good game and it wouldn't generate that funny of a review for him. There's a lot of puzzle solving in this level where we use the seeds and try to get the different plants to grow and figure out where to jump. This is a lot like that Romeo and Juliet challenge in Spyro 2 in the Zephyr level. In fact, this is a lot like the Zephyr level now. It's like this level suddenly forgot it was trying to be like Spyro 2, and now it's Spyro 1, and now it's trying to be like Spyro 2 now. It's like a big blend of Spyro 1 and Spyro 2. That's only specific to this challenge that we're doing. And all the challenges are in those black doors, almost look like rocking some sort of vortex or something like that. That's how you know you're going into a mini game or some other kind of challenge. Oh, we have to bash that thing, but of course there's no way for us to break those metal bars. You have to go all the way around the level to get that. Go and fry these things down. It doesn't burn the plants, it just makes them turn back into seeds. Reverts them into seeds. I wonder if someone could like hack that somehow, or like get a way to exploit a, what do you call it? Like when you exploit a glitch in a game or something like that, so you can get unlimited plants. Of course, plants don't really serve much of a purpose in this game other than just simply allow us to progress in the level. They don't like offer like health or one-ups or other kinds of power-ups that could help us get through other parts of the game. You know, there are people who do things like that with games. I remember when I was like offered Twisted Metal 4 as well as I did, simply because I exploited that glitch with that by putting free proximity mines for proximity bombs where the teleporter is. So it's like so when the boss teleports there, he's gonna get blown into the sky. I'm pretty sure that's some sort of glitch they didn't intend you to find. Shelly, that's a name for an egg. Shelly makes sense since eggs are in shells. Also makes me think of Shield Sheldon from Mega Man X6. I still despise that game. The soundtrack is pretty good. And this guy's gonna give us more seeds. Jack seems to be like a bank full of seeds. He's just loaded with seeds. Very seedy. Kind of like those times I have like that orange, and it says seedless on the sticker or the packaging, but then I open it up and eat it, and then you find that it's actually... Then I find that's actually full of seeds. It's loaded with seeds. So how can they say it's a seedless? It's orange. It has tons of seeds. Well, maybe their definition of seedless isn't the same as mine. It's like that time that... Sounds like that time Bart and Milhouse tricked that guy into going into the tourist in Springfield. And they gave him like a watermelon. It's like, oh, we can take the seeds and use something for it. You can't. It's seedless. Seedless watermelon. Then after he said it's the worst town, Springfield's the worst town he ever visited, and he gave Springfield a 6 out of 10. Yeah, the worst movie ever. I think The Dark Knight's the worst movie ever, so I gave it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, he must not have seen very many bad towns. A 6 out of 10's the lowest score. They even did that same joke in a later episode of Simpsons, where that lawyer, forget her name, where she like gets a bad ride or something like that on Uber, and she's like, this is the worst Uber ride I've ever had. I'm giving you a 3 out of 5. Yeah. And again, 3 out of 5 does seem kind of like a bad review score. If you consider the fact that you pretty much get 5 out of 5s all the time, getting a 3 out of 5 isn't really isn't that great. would seem like a bad review score. This is a challenge that stumped me for a long time. I revisited this years later and I wonder how I did this, and then I thought back in 2012, after I started to realize that maybe my 2012 self really was superior to myself from 2015 and 2018 when I attempted this challenge again. It's simply a matter of swapping out 2 of the seeds there for the one that makes the shorter flower with the jumpy mushroom thing. I don't know, he calls it a bouncy mushroom bouncy castle, if you will. Yeah, I imagine they make bouncy castles like that. I'm surprised bouncy castles are still a thing. I saw one at a car show recently. I'm surprised they still make those things. They aren't recognized as being a health hazard. Like ball pits. Remember back when Chuck E. Cheese had the ball pits? Those things were a great source of pink eye. Yeah, I remember mentioning that a long time ago, and I made a video talking about Chuck E. Cheese and how about Chuck E. Cheese. This is more me ranting about Chuck E. Cheese while I supplied gameplay footage of the Atari 2600 version of Ms. Pac-Man. Yeah, what a creative way to hide a rant. Then again, the classic Game Room guy used to do that too. There'd be times where he reviews Atari 2600 games, and he spends more time ranting about other nonsense than actually talking about the game itself. It's like you found some sort of excuse to rant about something. Yeah, I'll admit, I do that stuff like that too. Maybe this whole Let's Play was just my way of finding a way to rant about stuff. Mostly about how modern games are kind of lacking these days, and retro games are still, they're retro games. They're some of the best games around. I was watching videos about how retro game prices are becoming overly inflated. It's a good thing we have emulators then. If it costs way too much to buy retro games, the only people that'd really pay like $800 for a game like that would probably be collectors that want to collect them, possibly save them somewhere, so in 28 years from now they could sell them for even more, and then they could afford to retire early. Chuck. I just rescued Mr. Chuck. 99 eggs. Only 1 egg short of getting 100 eggs. And about 2/3 of the eggs in the game then. Collecting all these gems. I don't think that's all the gems in the level now. There we go, we collected all those dang gems. So we could leave this segment. I think we've cleared out this segment of both eggs and all the gems. I don't think there's any gems back there. No, there aren't any gems back there. So we can run back and return to the main level. We're going to hunt down the remaining gems and eggs. I think it's egg singular actually, because I'm pretty sure there's only 1 egg left in this entire level. And there's that one enemy there I somehow missed earlier that somehow survived my wrath. I know I couldn't have killed him before, because if I did kill him before, he wouldn't have given me a gem like that from getting killed. Because enemies don't typically come back a lot of the time in this game after you kill them. At least I don't think they do. I haven't noticed that as much. In Spyro 1 they did that. I think Spyro 2 may have done something like that too, I don't remember. Actually, I never really took note of that. 2 enemies respawn in Spyro games. I know in Jumping Flash enemies respawn if you go away from the screen for a long amount of time and come back to that screen. There you go, using screens again as a unit of measurement, just like Kid Chameleon. I never beat that game before, simply because, well, you simply have to be Chuck Norris on steroids to beat that game. So challenging. It's a long, challenging game. I've been playing I played that game quite a bit, and I never got very far in that game. The game's 4 hours long, there's no save feature at all. Haven't they heard of save features? I know it's 1992, but save features weren't done in games by then. Imagine what Spyro 3 would have been like if it didn't have a save feature. I bet I could get through Spyro 3 faster than I could get through Kid Chameleon in one sitting. Someone should do a challenge like that where I race against a Kid Chameleon expert, an expert at Kid Chameleon, and see who gets to the end of which game first, Spyro 3 or Kid Chameleon. Spyro 3 is known for being a long game too. I'm pretty sure Spyro 3 is the longest. Well, it's supposedly longer than Spyro's 1 and 2 combined together. I remember when I first played Spyro 2, it took me like 2 months or almost 2 months really to beat the whole game. Then it took me years more to get absolutely everything in the game, which is typical for Spyro games. It took me 6 years to 100% complete Spyro 1. About that same amount of time to 100% complete Spyro. Yeah, Spyro 1 took 7 years, Spyro 2 took about 6 years. But it was a really rewarding experience when I finally 100% completed those Spyro games. It was like a rewarding experience to 100% complete everything. I never really thought it'd be possible for me to 100% complete a game, considering how challenging that often is. But so far I've been proving myself wrong a lot of the time by playing through all these Spyro games, and I don't think I ever 100% completed Super Mario 64. The most I ever got in that game was 119 of that, of 120 Power Stars. I don't even remember the last Power Star was. I don't know if it was something that could easily be found or not. It doesn't really give you a huge reward, it just gives you infinite lives from Yoshi. But you've already beaten the game, so why would you need infinite lives? Spyro 2 did something better in that by giving you the unlimited super flame, so you can just go around and cause complete total havoc and destruction everywhere you go. It's almost like playing Twisted Metal 2 as Minion. You just cause devastation and chaos everywhere you go. There we go. Right at the very beginning of the level, that small green platform where we began the game, it's where that question mark vase thing appears at the very end. I mean, until the very beginning of the level, it's like telling us to go all the way back to the beginning of the level. I know Crash Bandicoot games sometimes did stuff like that, where it's like, oh, you have to get a box that's hidden at the beginning of the level, or levels make you literally backtrack, run backwards through all of them. Someone did a challenge in that Lego games. Can you beat Lego Batman, the video game, if you go backwards in every level? It's not even all the gems yet. There's still a few missing gems. Hidden gems. Gems really have to hide in this level, just like they did in Spyro 1. Yeah, they really kept true to their roots. The Spyro roots of having gems they're hidden so well you can't find them anywhere. This also vaguely reminds me of the time a friend of mine got fired from his co-op job at a TV studio because he got into a fight with the former mayor there once. He saw him there and he wanted to fight him because he hated this former mayor. And he started an all-out brawl, and it supposedly aired on TV. I wish I could have watched that. That would have been funny. He got fired from his co-op job. That's a really hard thing to get fired from. It's essentially free work. It's free labor for people for kids, for high school kids that goes there. And then the company think, oh, these are people who get to work for us for free, so we don't have to pay them anything. They don't have incentive much at all to fire someone. It's pretty bad getting fired from your job. I feel like laughing and saying, what kind of dumb freak gets fired from their job? It's like that time. It's like the time Stephen Quire got too many speeding tickets. And his father's like, what kind of dumb guy gets free speeding tickets in only 6 months? Guess Stephen Quire's that one. Then they took his mom's moped and crashed it. I wonder how he got a driver's license in the beginning. Yeah, a lot of jurisdictions are way too lenient on. Why do we have so many idiots on the road? I guess we all know why. It's all because our education system is too lenient too. Education's a joke nowadays in a lot of jurisdictions. I was just watching a video about Chromebooks and about how kids nowadays are forced to use these laptops. They're essentially like an Android phone with a keyboard attached to it. And it's called a Chromebook, and they actually expect us to do work with them and stuff, and they fail all the time, and people fail classes because of that. If Chromebooks existed when I was in high school, I would have got expelled a lot sooner. Yeah, like my high school career did end with me getting expelled from high school. So I went to YouTube and started making these videos. That's what I went to high school for. That's all I really got out of it. I mean, I was really interested in Spyro back in my first year of high school. I used to tell people about it all the time, and pretty much everyone believed me it was a real game. Unlike Jumping Flash, that friend of mine that thought Jumping Flash wasn't a real game. They all knew Spyro was a real game. They were boasting about it. I even did a project related to it once where I had to print out the front cover. I thought the egg was going to be hiding here because it said glide to somewhere. And so we just got a skill point. I don't think skill points really do much in this game, at least not much that I know. If this game was a 1-up. 1-up! Yeah, now we have 29 lives, almost a third of the way to getting 99 lives. Which most games pretty much only let you have up to 99 lives. Some games only let you have 9 lives too. Maybe this game should have only let you have 9 lives, and the game would probably be a lot harder then. Well, it sounds like if there'd be a survival mode challenge. Like that survival mode in Ape Escape 3, you only get 1 life and you have to beat the whole game without getting killed. And sure, you can still earn lives, but that's kind of hard to do. Their lives are very sparse. You pretty much have 1 life to beat the game without getting killed. I think it's a pretty cool mode, actually. I think more games should have modes like that. It's like Ape Escape 3 survival mode. And I did it once. I mean, I did it twice before, but one time when I did it with the Korean version. That was lost media until last September when I got someone in a Discord server to upload it for me. And there we go, we finally rescued the last egg, Mo Howard. I wonder how many of the Three Stooges we've rescued now at this point. Rescued at least one of them now. I don't know if we ever rescued. I'm pretty sure there's a Larry one and a Curly one in here somewhere too. And this level is 100% complete. They should have given to them all three of them in one level. They could have like slapped themselves like yeah, and do like whoa, yeah, make the Three Stooges sound effects. Yeah, wise guy, yeah, slap, and then have the theme go wah 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 wah. I know Opie and Anthony play that sometimes in their show when they make jokes about the Three Stooges. My Nana was surprised I knew who the Three Stooges were. I'm like, yeah, I totally know who they are. A lot of kids in my age group know who they are, and she seems surprised at that. Ray Phoenix, signing out.